Hello, sexy human souls. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. Good to see you. I've been doing a lot of new things with the lights. I love media. I love that whole production thing. That's why I'm so invested in it. Changing lights, moving things around. You have no idea, I swear to you. If you have the light configuration I have here, and right now I'm making sure everything is on. If you have the light configuration I have on here right now, and that bathroom door is open and that light's on, it changes everything. So I am obsessed in a good way because I love what I do. Do you love what you do? Most importantly, do you love you like I love me? Together, we in that kind of place. Tonight is Center of Light. What keeps us from that place is yes, but. B-U-T and B-U-T-T. But. Yes, but. We scratch our head. Yes, but. Sometimes we scratch our butt. It'll make sense in a little while. Tonight is Center of Light. Yes, but. Monkey mind. Ooh, ah, ah. And it won't stop. It won't stop. The reason you have such a tough time falling asleep. I get it. Ascension symptoms. I am not a victim to ascension symptoms. One moment, I want to change something. New technology. And there we go. I understand ascension's symptoms. Things change, the body gets moved around, all the molecules get moved around. The light gets shoved hither and thither. But it's the monkey. What is the monkey? Oh my God. He's your enemy if you're trying to smash him and or kill him. But he's your best friend if you try to him, her, it, him. If you simply try to understand it. The monkey. I want to acknowledge everyone. Dana Trotta Opahu in the YouTube arena. Thank you, Dana, for being here, and your support is always valuable to me. Donna Owen says, I feel so freaking sexy. It's powerful. Good for you, girlfriend. I'm trying to keep up with the feed that's moving. Activating, and my soul's language wants to follow through. You go, girl. Kim Gary, blessings in the UK, girl. Tamara, ascension symptoms. Again, yes. Donna wants this beautiful music. Donna, I will sell this to you for free. Contact me, I'll send it to you, darling. So tonight we're going to be speaking about the loud one. And you don't want to smite and or squash or suppress his voice. You want to teach him, it, her, the monkey, ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Yes, but. a way of communicating that serves not only the monkey, you don't want to kill the monkey, he is your friend. We're all like pets. Monkeys make us laugh, so we got to give it that at least. It's understanding the dynamic that's happening. So let's see who else is happening in this forum. I love people. I have to go to you. Donna Owen says, you never know what happens when we show up authentically. Oh, my dear Lord. We're on the same page. Kim Gary says, blessings to each and every one of you. I'm going to get her a caring poke. So tonight we're going to be speaking about the monkey. What is the monkey? It's this noise in your head if you're such a one who is unconscious. It's not a slam. It's a word in the dictionary that defines a group or a person that falls under such definition and or category of what ignorance and or unconsciousness is. It's not something to bash you or to hurt you or to insult you. It's words used to describe how you're fixing and dispositioning yourself as your expression. The monkey, that damned old monkey, as to why you can't sleep at night. But when we begin to understand that that very same monkey is trying to help you fall to sleep at night, and you go, how so? Because you are not the one caught up in the drama. You're not the drama llama, a Buddhist drama llama. You're not a drama llama. What you can do instead is, instead of being in the game with the monkey, throwing his own feces at people and doing whatever nasty stuff that monkeys do, you realize that that's just the monkey. You, the real you simply willed yourself to the garden of Christ, the garden of absolute beautifulness, the garden of absolute clear perception. Oh my dear Lord, this is your inception and wedding reception. You pull back and realize the monkey is trying to show you the way. That's what he's doing. But when you're caught up in the monkey, you are the monkey. We are the monkey. But when we back up and realize that's just the yammering that's going on in my skull. That's what the monkey is. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. We are the tribe. Forever, we are the nation of light. The other night, a couple of nights ago, I started watching some spiritual videos and started falling into that Kundalini fire. I had no issue, really, about my mother passing away many years ago. And there were some tears. 13 years go by. And I wasn't in denial. It wasn't stuffing something down that I didn't. It wasn't that. And out of nowhere, I started bawling my eyes and heart out, all the way to my soul. Snotted all over myself and loved every moment of it. I probably even licked some of it just to kind of clean myself. And I miss my mom. Not only my earthly mother, Jeanette, I miss my mother, my cosmic mother. I cried for 15, 20 minutes, uncontrollably. And what that says to me is, I've been living too much in the monkey. Yes, but when we are in casual conversation, because it's Friday and we've been living out of a cubicle all week, 9 to 5, of course you want to let go with your friends at a bar or wherever it is you go. Have a couple drinks, that's probably on the agenda. Cling! And you're talking with your friend, and there's an equal conversation going back because you love your friend. You go, yes, but that's one thing. I'm talking about when the yes, but becomes the monkey itself trying to shut out, shut down, and shut off and shut up the world. The monkey won't shut up himself, but he wants to shut up everything else. He wants to project. So many years ago, I made a deal with the monkey in my head. This monkey in your head is more dominant than you can possibly imagine. Imagine that. It is that powerful. It is the ongoing script that's running in the background that as you have any thought whatsoever, it contains self-sabotage. That's the monkey. It wants to not keep you from your best life. That's not what the monkey does, though it seems that way. The monkey wants what you want. It just doesn't know how to go about getting it, acquiring it, receiving it, manifesting, integrating it, graduating into it, because it just wants what it wants. And it'll throw tantrums, like when you want to go to sleep at night and you can't. Tantrums are being thrown. Bills, husband, partner, wife, job, whatever it is. So I made a deal with the monkey. So let me tell you something. In meditation, I want what you want. We want the same thing. But obviously, your incessant yammering is not doing it for you, is it? And the aspect of me that is the monkey said, that is correct, my teacher. And the aspect of myself, which I know myself now to be, says, we want the same things, but you're talking, your incessant loudmouth yammering is keeping me, the one that has the ability to get it, because you can't, from doing that as well because you're talking too much. Here's a banana that I care about you and I love you. And when you let me go and be free to get it as the spirit, I will bring it back to you and you will be the first one to know, because we want the same thing. And so the monkey sits there on his pacifier banana and it gets quiet. It's a deal I made with my ego, man. But recently, in fact, last night, when I was going to sleep, as I'm doing my praying and my caring, Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Data Ing, I knew that when my eyes closed, I was going into hell. I was going to descend into hell. I knew it. And I wasn't afraid. I just knew it was going to happen. Well, I go to sleep. Keith descends into hell. I wasn't afraid. It just wasn't fun to hang out in a situation anymore that does not bring me joy. I felt so empowered until engaged. Yes, but. And it showed up in the form of my almost 18-year-old son who wanted no connection with his father. I have a phenomenal relation. My son and I we are the same. But he just had no emotional desire for his dad. Hey, can I come see you, son? Whatever you want. And that was just crushing me, right? That's hell. It was crushing me. And then the scene changed until I got a phone call from someone, John Doe. Said, Keith, did you hear about your son Eden? I said, no. He says, he passed away. But my son Eden, he had nothing against people who have tattoos. I got them everywhere. But the tattoos, he had them all over his neck, on his face. He had a teardrop under his eye, all that kind of tattoo stuff, which represents some people who express themselves honestly, but in this way it wasn't correct as to why he did not want to connect with his father, and then he passed away. And so I woke up with this lingering feeling of not knowing what happened to him. That was hell. And that caused me to shift completely out of my monkey. Yes, but. I made this post sometime back recently, and I think they didn't get the idea because they took it so literally. They didn't allow themselves to take it in its context. Monkey mind tonight is yes, but monkey mind. As if there is a right and wrong. There is no absolute right and or wrong. The wrong things that happened to you that brought you to the beautiful human being you are now were so perfectly right. Careful. That is walking the razor's edge unconsciously. Morality can often be a yammering of the monkey. Let me say that again. This is the word that person had a problem with. They didn't have a problem with it. They didn't challenge me. They just didn't understand in the context. Morality can often be a yammering of the monkey. Do you have any, this is rhetorical, do you have any idea of how many atrocities were carried out in the name of God? Morality in this way can be seen as that yes but I talked about a bit ago. It's always the opposing force, that opposing force that wants to force its way into your reality. Other than casual conversation, as I mentioned ago, about hanging out with your friends. But even then, check your yes but. When you're always wanting to oppose, that's the monkey. Remember, too many yes buts, but also the buttocks. Too many yes buts can leave you looking like an ass. Not that you are worried about what people are thinking, but one should always be concerned how they are appearing to other people. In this way, you don't care what people think about you as you are, but also know that as you appear to other people, and their acceptance and or judgment of you is either propelling you or stifling where it is you truly want to go. People who are truly aligned, you will never hear rumor or hype about anything negative ever. It's impossible. Hey, do you know my friend John Doe? You can never call him an ass. Why? Because he never exudes the qualities of forever being an ass. So in such a way, if you're trying to reveal yourself to the world, anything pressing on you from the outside puts us in check for ourselves, or should, so we can see the reflection that I'm not doing something in such a way to reach people or to be myself, because the reflection on the outside is giving me such a negative feedback. That could be a representation or a mirror of the monkey. I also understand people are butt tender and offended about everything. I get that. It's only in the intuition that you will understand your position truly in all of it. And you will know there's no way you can not know when you're in. When you don't know you're in it, you think you're in it, you're not in it yet. You may have a clue and you can follow the path to realize, well, I thought I was in it. And then you divert and you re-establish your steps. But in your trying again is an intention which will always guide you down the path to where you're no longer taking the long road, but you're taking the shortcut. Where's the shortcut taking me? It's taking you to yourself. The infinite, the infinite. You go in and we move beyond the finite. It's the monkey that stops us from taking in the majesty. We can never understand God and all its infinity until we understand the finite, puny little self. There is no way out of this riddle. There's no way out of this conundrum. And it's the monkey that we want to smite and or smash or squash. It's called the ego, who I promise you is your best friend. It wants what you want. And if you let the one that has been yammering on since you were born and taught the word no, and you should and you shouldn't and you better and you better not, get on your side as the power it has for being the one that's created everything in your life from positive to negative since you've been born, you get that guy on your side. Not only would it support you with the subconscious power that it has behind it, it'll step out of your way. Your way, your real way. From a mini movie I made a few years ago called, this is one chapter, this is chapter 2, speaking about the monkey mind and the beauty and the curse. The good, the bad, the better, the worse.
Monkey mind is not bad, not good.
Did you know there is a monkey that lives in your head, always looking for trouble to get into, and doesn't even know that he's doing it? How could he ever know the error of his unconscious ways until you teach him by your conscious example? This is learned behavior at its best. Monkey see, monkey do. The monkey, U'u'a'a, rules this domain of mind until you reverse the power flow, which will free you from bondage. Like a ruler, the monkey decrees, dictates, and governs all affairs. So it thinks, literally. Like someone throwing a temper tantrum, U'u'a'a wants what it wants and will not shut up until he gets it. For example, a banana. This monkey wants his damn banana, so he commences to yap all day and night long, even while you rest. Or try to. Ironic, isn't it? As a spiritual aspirant begins to expand, he or she becomes more and more aware of just how long that monkey's tail actually is. Many believe that in order to quieten the monkey down, they must pull on his tail or even kill it to stop the incessant yammering. Take heed, you cannot kill the monkey. Stop being so cruel. As said before, Caesar wants his banana and will not stop until he gets it. Give the monkey his banana. Treat him as your pet by petting him. Never spank your monkey. Stroke him instead. Help it to feel supported by giving it kind things. How? Become ever aware of the selfish being in there. Love it and appreciate its value. Give it water and feed it loving spoonfuls of what it never got. You. Merge and heal the wounded entity. When you do, lovingly, the monkey will become your loyal friend and follow you wherever you go. Hence, the power flow will have shifted, leaving the soul to seat itself and govern its kingdom righteously. Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation, you crazy, beautiful, sexy human souls. I hope you're crazy as a loon. Normal is boring. It's old school, it's old world. Center of Light Foundation, we are speaking about the yes but. Someone says something in the world. Yes, but. That's the monkey. The monkey lives in politics. It lives in indoctrination. Beautifully, you have to find it because you have to want it so bad, so good. It also lives in scripture, all scripture. But it's also about perspective. Those things we call the monkey, be it in whatever, even the scripture I just named, is not to smash or smite or to desecrate anything, because God's blessing lives in everything, even in the monkey, even in the peanut butter when there's a diamond. The diamond is always in the peanut butter jar. The stickiness of our lives, there's always a brilliant diamond in there. But the monkey clouds the light. It clouds it. This is the monkey. Ooh-ooh-ah-ah. When we start making breakthroughs, cracks begin to happen. And as Jesus, when you become the absolute clear one, then the omnipresence of God, which no one can deny, is omnipresent no matter which scripture you follow. This begins to open up because this opened up. And the monkey that's been yammering all of your life gets what he wants and beyond what it could imagine itself. It's a win-win. Winner, chicken dinner. The monkey, he's telling you lies about your family, about yourself, about the world, about what you hold sacred, about what you hold blasphemous. It's the monkey. Well, how do I make sense of all this if I'm shutting off all my reason, my faculties of reasoning? Good question. Phenomenal question. I'm glad you asked. I thought you never would. Before you respond to anything, it is most important or integral that you rest. It's in that resting, because the monkey's already engaged. He wants to get in there, piss and vinegar mad, and he wants to fight, and he wants to give you his opinion. Opinions are cool when you're hanging out with your friends, but when you're trying to go against an establishment to change the world, changing yourself, the yes but get you scratching your ass. Confucius say, man who wakes up with stinky ass wakes up with stinky finger. The monkey, it's lying to you. As soon as you want to engage in thought, you can pretty much be assured it's the monkey. How will I know for sure? Let it yammer or let it talk, even though you're not sure yet, and find the aspect of you that can step back. If you can't step back because it's a part of you, then you're living from a good, honest space or clear space. If you can step back from something that's happening, then you realize this is not you at all because you're the one stepping back. This is how you can gauge this process. Trust me, when you watch the news, if you're such a unfortunate one, you have no choice but to play into the circus because you're watching the circus. The monkey just did a trick. The lions and tigers just did a trick. You're in the circus. So it's joyful, it's entertaining. That's the life you choose. God bless you. I personally, myself, am no longer interested in that. It holds nothing for me. We should not stand up against racism. Why? Because it's part of the monkey. We should not stand up against this president or that one, this side or that side. It's part of the monkey. It's all the monkey. Whole bunch of monkeys. You know what a whole bunch of baboons is called? Truly. A collection of baboons is called a congress. It's monkeys. Always griping, always complaining. Victim position. It's monkey. How do you get out of the monkey? I thought you would never ask. I'm gonna change my lights. I've been doing some work on my lights. Boop. One sec. There we go. So let's get into this aspect of how to heal is the better word. Heal. Understand. Have him understand you. It's not a part from you, it's a part of you. Satya Sai Baba. Devotion, and as I said, morality earlier, has been one of the biggest things that has caused so many atrocities around the world. It has. All in the name of religion and God. And this way, taken in context of Satya Sai Baba. Devotion and morality are important for the physical health and mental health. They free the mind from agitation and feed it with joy and contentment. What this is saying is when we get out of the monkey, you have kudos from the spirit, which is eternal. The monkey, the mind, what we call the mind, which is really not the mind at all, is just illusion and falseness about oneself and one's perception of the world. The mind, clear or not, is not separate from the body. Most people think this is the mind. That is not the mind. And you murder. This, all of this, that's your mind. What we know or call the mind is in the empty space of the body. So if the part of the body here, that aspect of the mind is ill in its patterns of thinking, its way of being, you're going to break your arm. If you can't see correctly, like me as of yet, near or far, the aspect of you that is the mind, which is the manifestation of your eyes, will either see clearly are not. The mind and body cannot be separate. Never. They're the same. So basically what I'm saying is when you get clear of the monkey and its nonsense and buying into the belief and the dogma and the indoctrination and the fear-based smiting and smashing of yourself on yourself, I'm not asking you to go out and do things that are harmful to you, but there's a huge buffer that happens because of the consciousness that you hold about yourself. In other words, you can buffer doing some extracurricular things if that's what you choose. Why can some people eat cheesecake and bread all the time? My metabolism's high. Some people think about eating cheesecake and bread, and the whole experience changes. So from Satya Sai Baba, he says that having contentment with oneself can create the healing. Contentment, which means I'm no longer fighting myself inside and blaming it on as something that I deem it's not part of me because I don't want to take self-responsibility. That is the monkey turned within itself that got even more intelligent. Not only does it want a banana, it's making you go to Kroger or to the supermarket at 3 a.m. It becomes intelligent in this way. From Satya Sai Baba, when God is all pervasive, where is the need to go in search for Him? You should make efforts to experience your innate divinity by observing total silence, getting out of that monkey, or actually diving into it so far so that you go beyond it. By turning inward towards vision, you can experience divine bliss only in absolute silence. That is why it is said, silence is golden. God is present in all forms. All names are His. Various types of jewels are made out of gold. Likewise, God has assumed all the names, yours, mine, and forms that we find in the world. Tree, frog, cat, dog. Hence, you should develop faith in the existence of God. If you make sincere efforts, you can certainly realize Him. Many spiritual aspirants in the past could have the divine vision by their intense sadhana, which means spiritual practice, and by going into total silence. The monkey's going to be there. Don't try to stop the monkey. Breathe your way through the monkey. Just leave him alone. Don't give him the attention. One has to annihilate the mind. That is true, and I said it needs to be a little more passive than that, but it's also implied. You have to annihilate it. In order to have the vision that the monkey is stopping you from seeing, dear Lord, appear to me. When you start praying, dear God, make yourself known to me and mean it. You cannot experience divinity until and unless you transcend the mind. From Bhagwan Sri 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 Visvayogi Viswanji Maharaj, God on Earth Today, my teacher, our teacher, whether you, me, we all know it or not, the presence of the divine is on the earth. I'm looking for the picture. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Ah, well, this is of Swamiji Visvayogi. Oh, there it is. Swamiji's an avatar from India. He just turned 80 years old. And now his mission is really going to begin to unfold on the earth. He says, successful people have two things on their lips: silence and smile. Smile to solve problems and silence to avoid them. Silence does not mean just keep the mouth shut and not talking. Listening to the divine voice coming from the deepest part of your heart through silence. The same letters in the word listen are also the same letters in the word silence. A person whose mind is always silent can create wonders in the world. If the mind is kept under control, the silence too will be under control. If the thoughts are under control, self-confidence will go on increasing. Self-confidence is an investment in progress. If you are such a spiritual aspirant and you want to change the dynamic of yourself from soul to bones, in to out, what I'm offering you costs you nothing except paying attention. You can fashion this however you choose, regardless of what I've mentioned. It's to take this idea of falling inside of yourself beyond right, wrong, and morality that we all have built our castles on. And too many times those castles fall in the air. That's the monkey. It's always talking until you become friends with it. Video number 2. Buddhist monk, monkey. As a monk, they found the key to get beyond the monkey. And we're going to move into some scientific information. Neil deGrasse Tyson. When we start seeing these parallels, these connections to science, which is the math of God, science basically proves the existence of God. From the number 2 to infinity, if you can grab all those numbers, which you can't, but from the number 2 to infinity, if you can grab all those numbers, however many there are in any configuration, and you add them up, they're going to equal 1. Because God is only one, it's omnipresent. And that 1, which is called the Christ, that's born out of the 0, which is God, the nothing. So out of God becomes the only begotten Son, the one. Neo, Christ, you are the one. Which creates a tree branch effect to everything in creation. So out of 0, nothing, infinite possibility becomes the one idea that sustains and holds everything together for eternity. That is called Christ. Jesus became the Christ. And the highest number, believe it or not, is 9. There is no number higher than 9. Well, Keith, what about 100? It's not higher than 9. It's different folders and subfolders and subfolders and subfolders, because 0 is where everything is birthed, 1 is the Christ, 2 is the duality, 3 is the Trinity that brings everything back to a state of absolute balance, 4 in the realization of such is the power, so forth, all the way till 9. And when it becomes to 10, which is 1 and the 0, it turns back within itself, and it's an aha moment. I get it. Every time someone tells you a joke, then you understand the riddle. I get it. Your number 1 through 9 starts all over again. Back into the 0 you go. We've been doing this for infinity. Buddhist monk and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Monkey mind. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation.
Monkey mind is not bad, not good. The important is the relationship between you and monkey mind. So if you treat monkey mind as your boss or enemy, then the problem. Monkey mind is restless, crazy, you don't want to have crazy boss. Or if you try to fight with the monkey mind, then monkey mind become your enemy. Then you have enemy always there in your mind. But if you make friends with the monkey mind, and actually monkey mind is quite good. As your boss is useful, enemy, then eventually monkey mind transform into wisdom, love, compassion, awareness. So therefore the relationship with the monkey mind is really important. So the one of the important thing is to really make friends with the monkey mind. You have to get to know each other well. That's very important. So now I will tell you a little bit about how monkey mind making the problem. Okay? So one day you went to bathroom and look at the mirror, and suddenly you see something in your face, maybe wrinkles, new wrinkles, or the old wrinkle already there, but you haven't recognized before, or you see something, maybe your right cheekbone is a little bit bigger than left cheekbone, or crooked, your nose, pimple, something. So then the monkey mind says, oh dear, some problem in my face, the cheekbone. Then you are a little bit worried. And after finish using bathroom, you come back and you might have breakfast. And while you're having breakfast, you're thinking about cheekbone again. Oh, cheekbone, yes. What happened is in the brain, there's neurons, what I call gossipy neurons. They love gossip. And they're talking each other. Oh, cheekbone is ugly, ugly face, ugly face. And then more and more neurons, they join together and become group. And the group is become bigger, bigger. So how to work with monkey mind, right? So the key point is, if you try to fight, it doesn't work. If you listen and believe, I'm ugly, yes, I have cheekbone is terrible, it doesn't work. So what you have to do is, for the meditation practice is, we need to free monkey mind with a very skillful way. So what is the skillful? Make friends with the monkey mind. And how to make friends with the monkey mind? Giving banana doesn't work. So you need to give job to monkey mind. If you can give job to monkey mind, then you become boss. Monkey mind become your employee. And the job is all these different meditation techniques. And slowly, slowly, your mind become more calm, peaceful. Not only calm and peaceful, pliable, walkable. So now, monkey mind become more better, nice, wiser, kind. So then monkey mind become benefit for you. So the matter is the relationship between you and monkey mind. That is matter. But the monkey mind is not bad, not good.
The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you.
Right.
Okay. What that means is your 5 traditional senses, which rose up out of the Serengeti,
Okay.
which help us not get eaten by lions,
Right.
right? They're not as good at contemplating infinity. They're not good contemplating timescales much longer than your life expectancy.
So true.
You can't intuit billions of years. You can't intuit infinitesimals. There are things that are hard for us.
Right.
There are things that may even be impossible for us. Can you picture a 5-dimensional cube?
No, I cannot.
No, you cannot. Can you picture a 4-dimensional cube?
Probably not.
What it means is, if you are going to deduce what is or is not true in the universe,
Right.
your senses are not the most reliable measure of whether it's true.
So true.
Because the senses give you a restricted understanding of what's actually going on in the universe. Your eyes, you would never trade them for anything, yet they only expose your mind to a very tiny, narrow strip of all the electromagnetic energy that's out there.
Right.
You can't see infrared. You can feel it as heat, but you can't see it.
Right.
Ultraviolet, you can't see that either. You can feel that in a delayed sense by getting sunburn and
Right.
skin cancer. It's not telling you in that instant. It's a time delay. But keep going out. There's infrared, ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma rays. Can't see any of that. But the universe is talking to you in that. So are you going to say, my senses give me everything that there is in the universe, and therefore it makes sense? No. As long as we detect things that fall outside of our senses, it's a challenge for you to declare that what we say, do, and discover makes sense. The very statement makes sense means your senses can contemplate it.
Right.
That your senses have experience. If I let go of a ball and it floats up, you'll say that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because your senses always told you that if you let go of a ball, it drops.
drops, right.
And in fact, the very statement, let it go, not the
Frozen.
frozen version, but
No.
just let it go, means drop it. They mean the same thing. But that can only be true on Earth with a force of gravity pointing down. In space, in free orbit, you let go, it just floats there.
Stays right there.
So, my point is, the methods and
screw
tools of
you.
science give you a way to understand what is true without it being hinged on whether your senses think it's true.
Nice.
So the methods and tools of science are access to truth. where you can still probe the universe, whereas God works in mysterious ways kind of ends that conversation. Whereas I say, I've developed a new instrument that can see in ways humans cannot. Oh my gosh, that opens entire worlds of investigation.
In your estimation, from your sage opinion,
I give
how
us,
long do you think we will last?
I give us 20 years. No.
Oh, that's funny.
No, I think we're good. This is why many people want to become a two-planet species. Terraform Mars, send some humans there. So if something bad happens on Earth, you still have humans somewhere else.
Wow. That is not encouraging at all.
Not for half the people who aren't on the planet. That's not,
Exactly, yeah.
So and if an asteroid comes, if a killer virus, if AI gets out of hand.
So I understand seeding something with a remnant for survival of the species. That's extraneous. I mean, that's something that's outside of our own destruction. You know, even though we could stop an asteroid from hitting us if we put
we know
the
how.
right
We just
resources.
ain't nobody doing it.
That's
but
what
we
I'm
know
saying.
how.
If we put
Yeah.
the resources into it, we could stop even that from happening.
So what's the example you're giving?
So what do you mean? To stop the asteroid?
no.
So what I'm saying is, you know, will we ever get to a place where as the Buddhist monks call it, the so-called monkey brain that causes us to do so much destructive work to each other and to the planet? Will we ever get to a place where we overcome that, or we're able to train those who come behind us to overcome that?
Okay.
Now, it does happen in some people.
I get it. I've never heard a Buddhist monk say the phrase monkey brain.
Really?
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Is this a thing?
This is
okay,
a thing.
fine.
That is a
I
thing.
got to attend more monasteries. And you feeling monkey brain today?
Exactly.
All right.
Delicious.
So I've heard of reptilian brain, but not monkey brain.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So the reptilian brain is referenced something primal
right.
that goes on within you. So if we follow the reasoning by Steven Pinker in his book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, he studied the likelihood of you dying before maturity or dying before adulthood or just dying at the hands of another human from early days of tribal warfare to modern days of state sanctioned global warfare. And what he found is that the likelihood of you dying in that way has been dropping ever since.
Okay.
So tribal warfare, you would kill maybe a third or half of the other tribe, or the entire tribe, and then you win and you get their land. That doesn't happen today.
True.
The state surrenders before that happens,
True.
saving the lives of the rest of the population. If you look at, I did this just recently. If you look at what countries had the greatest percent of their population die in the Second World War, was it Belarus? One of them is very high. It's like a third. All right. I forgot the exact numbers, but they're high. But they're not a half. And you keep going down, and you get to even combat Germany, even ones that were heavily bombed. Germany, Japan, a fraction of the total population. That is not how it used to end in tribal warfare. So now consider that even so, during the Second World War, between 1939 and 1945, 1,000 humans were killed by other humans per hour for every hour from 1939 to 1945.
Wow.
Is that going on today? No.
No.
Oh,
we're really slipping.
No, stop. So
We really got to pick up our game.
just so we can.
Yeah.
So the point is, often that era is called the Greatest Generation.
Right.
Well, because they fought, evil forces and, this sort of thing. Although my father fought in a segregated army. So he's not thinking that was the greatest generation. He has other perspectives on that period.
It's the second greatest generation.
My point is the greatest generation the one where the fewest fraction of everyone dies out of hate? We might have a lot of hate, but if the number of people who die from it is lower than ever before,
Right.
then this arc that you were hinting at, that maybe a next generation learns from the previous one, maybe that's going to work. Europe, with all of their turbulence and turmoil, they actually haven't been at war with each other for 70 years.
Right.
Is there another 70-year period in the history of Europe where nobody was fighting anybody? I don't think so.
Not if Twitter has anything to do with it.
To foment. What you're saying is, imagine if Twitter existed
Back then,
oh my
let me
gosh.
tell you something. The war wouldn't have stopped until everybody was dead. Would have taken, like, people would have said, "I surrender." A tweet would have gone out, and they'd be like, "I take it back. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. I don't care.
I hate you more.
Right."
So maybe we are getting kinder and gentler.
Mm-hmm.
Time still needs to bear that out on a level that would please everyone. But I still worry that this primal brain will always segregate us all by some arbitrary factor and thereby justify doing harm to other groups.
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. Dear Lord, we are the tribe, we are the nation, we will always be. It's all up to us if we want to move up into the realms of exaltation. Hesitation? It's the monkey. Ooh, ah, ah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, but. The monkey mind. Getting into the grind of things. Politics. I get it. If you like a good basketball game and the college of your city is playing, you get in the pub and drink you a pint and root. But understand that you're rooting for a team to be better than somebody else. That's the monkey. He's a junkie. He wants all of that glory. The story, rather. He wants the glory of the story rather than the glory of the glorious. It's no longer us. We're in a different space now. From my most recent book, which is actually my first book, and a collaboration of a couple of different books together. Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Yet the Divine Principle. Spirit and Eyes Dialogue. Spirit Speaks, 1997, 6 to 98. Split the Difference, 97. Keith, your goal should be to keep it simple, because your frustration when you do not will cancel any headway you have made. In times of uncertainty, that monkey wants to yammer. He wants what he wants, and I get it. In times of uncertainty, show gratitude for the clarity you already have, and call upon the Spirit with all your heart to help you dissolve your doubt. I touched on this earlier in the chapter, and I will now expand on what I've already said. Ask yourself this very important question. Is this true guidance or just something my ego is projecting? And it's okay if it is. It's just a simple question. If you're asking such a question in the first place, you have already gotten your answer. It's not spirit, because spirit is about being still and know. Whatever it is, it's not spirit. And I asked the question, are you saying that what I wish were true and true guidance can never be the same? And Spirit's response, I am not implying that guidance will not lead you to what you want. Keith, what I'm saying is that as you work to develop your gifts, the monkey will be working just as hard to convince you that its voice is the voice of guidance and the only one you should be listening to. When you go to bed tonight, he won't make himself known as you try to go to sleep. And most of us use a fan to drone, so to drown out the monkey. But I'm learning. I'm yearning, turning, burning, churning. But I'm learning. That darn ego will always try to throw a monkey wrench into the old Keith machine or John Doe machine, hoping to keep you from your happiness. You see, the monkey wants happiness. He's just so chitter-chattery, hither and thither, he doesn't know how to go about it. So Keith, pay close attention to who is doing the talking. And I respond, no wonder it sometimes feels, it's so small. So no wonder it sometimes feel that I'm losing my mind. And Spirit says, dear one, I hope so. And I say, what? I shall explain. Your mind, the monkey, is the root of all your blocks and problems. It contains way too much stuff that serves no purpose whatsoever. So you must lose your mind. As to why I've called you crazy earlier. You must lose your mind, Spirit says. Purge it thoroughly until what you know as mind is lost. At all costs, you have to want such an experience. From the moment you choose it, as you climb uphill, and you get to that 51% of your own spiritual Mount Everest, your descent is effortless because now you have the motion, the momentum of gravity behind you, propelling you, reinforcing you, supporting you, of coursing you into the greatest possibility, which lives beyond the yes but. Other than when you're hanging out with your friends in a bar because it's Friday and you've been working all week and you want to get your shot or your beer on. That's cool. Hey Keith, how you doing? Cool, man, this, that. Yeah, but let me ask you. But when it goes beyond this kind of casual setting, you are setting yourself up for further dismay and trouble in your life. Because everything you are going to try to validate to yourself will show up. What does the car dealership make of Ford, Henry Ford? He said, if you think you're right, congratulations, you're right. Whatever you think, you are right. So there's a difference between thinking and conscious thinking, conscious exploring. I'm not just thinking in fact, you don't even think your thoughts. You don't create nor fabricate your thoughts. The monkey mind wants you to believe that you fabricate your thoughts, but you don't. You won't. You can't. You shan't. What happens is in the consciousness and the vibration that we are, depending on when the spirit of the monkey, there's always an opening to where the creation of everything that has always existed, does now, and forever will exist, finds its way into your consciousness, and you think that you are fabricating and or thinking your thoughts. You are not doing that. It's not what's happening. And the monkey's got you by the tail, us by the tail, as we wail as loud as we can and lament. Well, the monkey is meant to give you a gift. The monkey is the peanut butter. The diamond in the peanut butter jar is simply grace. The monkey's loud. How loud? When you go to bed tonight, quiet yourself. He will reveal his ooh ah to you. So what do I do? Nothing. You don't squash, you don't fight, you don't smite with all your might. You just observe. And in the observance of that in and of itself, you will find yourself. Because as you step back, you'll realize that who is this me that stepped back that's looking at this thing that's happening down there? Or over there? The thither versus the hither. My presentations seem always about the same. They are, but they are in different guises which are purposeful. It's a fragmented whole. But you are not a fragmented soul. That's the monkey. Anything that wants to get into politics, hurting other people, judging other people, and humor is always great, but at the expense of other people, you will always arrive to the party very late. Shame on you for doing so. Even in a simple passing, leave people alone. It's your monkey looking for validation to claim its own illusionary euphoria, dysphoria. Your love beyond measure. Peace, love, and light. I'll be seeing you tomorrow night. I am so happy that it's getting warmer. I cannot deal with the cold any longer. I'd rather sweat out of uncomfortableness than freeze in pain. Don't let your life be in vain. I love you beyond measure.